to the course Python Programming. I am Dr. P. Govardhan, Professor of Computer Science and Engineering. At the end of this lecture, you will be able to learn logical operators and logical operators, Boolean and non-Boolean types, ternary operator, some sample programs. Logical operator. Logical operators are useful to construct compound conditions. A compound condition is a combination of more than one simple condition. Each of the simple condition is evaluated true or false, and then the decision is taken to know whether the total condition is true or false. Now, such type of operators are called logical operators. Now, there are three logical operators in our Python programming: and, or, not. These operators can apply for Boolean types or non-Boolean types. We will discuss one by one. For non-Boolean types, we know 0 means false. Any non-zero number represents true. The empty string is always treated as a false. X and Y. If X is evaluated to false, it returns X. Otherwise, it returns Y. This is the AND operation. Or operation. X or Y. If X is evaluated true, then the result is X, otherwise the result is Y. This is OR operation. Not X. If X is evaluated to false, it returns true, otherwise it returns false. This is the NOT operation for non-Boolean types. Now say example: A equal to 20, B is equal to 30. Now I want to evaluate this value. A less than B and B. First A less than B is evaluated. Now observe here. X is evaluates to false. If it is a false, it returns X, otherwise Y. Now here 20 is less than 30. If it is a true, B is the result. That is 30 is the result. Now the another example, 0 and 10. Now here 0 is a false and 10. Now 0 is returns. So the another example, A is equal to 20, B is equal to 30. 20 greater than 30. If it is false, now the output is false. The output is false. Now this is another example. A is equal to 20, B is equal to 30. A greater than B or B. Now what is A value? A 20 greater than 30. If it is false, B will be result. Similarly, 20 or 30. 20 is always non-zero number. It is always true. Now 20 will be displayed. So for example, print 10 or 20. 10 will be displayed. Next example, A is empty string. Empty string is always false. False or B, that is 12. False or 12, the output is 12. Now the another example, A is equal to 10. 10 is a non-zero number, is always true, not true. The result is false. Now observe here, A is equal to 10. b is equal to 20 and evaluating the value a and b. A is equal to 10. If it is true, the answer is 20. A 10, it is true, B will be result, that is 20 will be result. Suppose A equal to 0, 0 represents false. Now A is evaluated to false and B, the 0 is output. The 0 is output. Now if it is empty string is always false and B empty string. What is the value? That the same value will be displayed. Now sum 20, it is 30, A greater than B and B. Now 20 greater than 30, if it is a false, the result is false. The result is false. A is a less than B and B. Now observe here, A less than B, 20 less than 30, true, B will be result, that is 30 will be result. This is for AND operation. Similarly, OR, that is the reverse operator. If it is here, the answer is a true. AND is a false, OR is a true. Now here A or B, true or B, true. A will be displayed. A will be displayed. Now A equal to 0, 0 is always false, B will be displayed. That is 30 will be answer. 30 will be answer. Similarly, A is equal to 0, not A. Not A. A equal to 0, 0 always false, not A is a true. The output is true. Suppose any non-zero number, A is equal to 23, 23 is a non-zero number, and it is always true, not true, false. The output is false. For Boolean types, Boolean operators act upon Boolean type literals, that is true or false, and they provide Boolean type outputs. Now there are three Boolean operators. First one is AND operator. You know, in the lower classes, this is the truth table for AND. False and false, false. False and true, false. True and false, false. True and true, true. Now this is the truth table for AND. The next OR operator. This is the truth table for OR operator. False or false, false. False or true, true. True or false, true. True or true, true. And that is, at least one is a true, the result is true. Not operator, this is the truth table, false, not false, true. True, not true, false. This is the truth table for not operator. So this is the example. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, X equal to 15, Y is equal to 20, A greater than B and X less than Y. This is the compound statement. Now, after evaluating this compound statement, Now the result is Boolean type. The result is Boolean type. That is if either true or false. Say for this example, A 10 greater than 20. 10 greater than 20. It is a false. Now the result is automatically false. This never evaluated. This never evaluated. Because in truth table, any one is a false, the return is a false. Now the second example, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, X is equal to 15. Now A greater than B, 10 greater than 20 is a false. 50 less than 20, it is a true. Any one of this is a true, the result is true. Precedency of operators. Now, first step, evaluate the expression within the parentheses. This is the first step. Second, exponentation is done. Next, evaluate the unary operator. Next, evaluate arithmetic expressions. Plus, minus, star, slash, percentage sign, modular division, integer division. Now here, star, division, modular division, integer division equal higher priority than plus and minus. Next, evaluate the relational expression less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Next, evaluate equality operators, not equal to, equal to. Finally, logical not, logical and, logical or. This is the precedency of operators. Now this is the example. Evaluate the expression a plus 2 greater than b on a not c or a not equal to d and a minus 2 less than e, where a is equal to 11, b equal to 6, c equal to 0, d equal to 7 and e is equal to 5. Now substitute these values in the given expression, we get this. Now in this expression, there is no parenthesis, there is no exponentation, there is no unary operators. Now first evaluate the arithmetic operators. 11 plus 2, 13 greater than 6 and not 0 or 11 not equal to 7 and 11 minus 2 less than 5. Next operator is 11 minus 2. The 11 minus 2 is 9. Next, relational operators. Now the relational operators left to right. 13 greater than 6, true, it returns 1 and not 0 or 11 not equal to 7 and 9 less than 5. In this expression, the next relational operator is 9 less than 5. If it is false, it returns 0. It returns 0. Now the next relational operator is not equal to. Not equal to. Here 11 not equal to 7, it is a true. The result returns 1. Finally 1 and not 0 or 1 and 0. Now here only logical operators. In logical operators, first evaluate not 0. Not 0 means 1. 1 and 1 or 1 and 0. Next evaluate AND operation left to right. 1 and 1, 1 or 1 and 0. Next AND operation 1 and 0 is 0, 1 or 0, 1. This is the final answer. That is a true. Now this is the value. I am executing this. The final value is true. Ternary operator. Now in Python programming, directly there is no ternary operator. The syntax: x is equal to first value if condition, else second value. Now The condition is evaluated either true or false. If it is a true, first value will be assigned to x, or first value is will be considered. The condition is false, the second value is considered. This is the ternary operator. Now, using in this ternary operator, we will discuss some sample programs. First program, write a Python program to check whether a given number is even or odd. Suppose n is a given number. If n is divisible by 2, if it is even number, otherwise it is odd number. Now observe here, this is the first value. If this is the condition is the given number modulo division with 2 or not, this is the condition. If it is a true, print n is even. If it is a false, print n is odd. Print n is odd. N is equal to integer number, int of input, enter n. Now observe here, print n is even, n is even if n is even if n modulo division with 2 equal to 0, else print n is odd. This is a simple program. I am executing this. Suppose 24, n is a 24. 24 is even number. 24 is even. Again I am executing some 45. 45 is odd. This is the one way of writing the program. In a second program, write a Python program which reads 3 integers and prints maximum of them. A comma b comma c are given numbers. First check a greater than b. If a greater than b, if it is a true, next compare a and c. A greater than c, if it is a true, a is a big, otherwise c is a big. Suppose a greater than b is false. Now compare b and c. B greater than c, if it is a true, b is a big. If it is a false, c is a big. This is the logic. Now observe this, a greater than b, true, a greater than c, true, a is big. I am combining these two relations, a greater than b. Here true and true is a true. That is, the condition is if a greater than b and a greater than c, a is big. A is big. Otherwise, I will compare b greater than c. It is true, b is a big. False, c is a big. Based on this, I am writing the value. A is big. When a is big, if the condition is true. If a greater than b and a greater than c is a true, a value considered. Else, this is the condition. B greater than c, true, B, false, C. Now, A, B greater than C is a true, B is a considered, else C is a considered. That is, the value C is assigned to max. The value B is assigned to max. A assigned to max. If A, this condition is true, A greater than B and A greater than C, if it is true, A is assigned to max. Else, again, B greater than C, if it is true, B is assigned max. Otherwise, C is assigned max. Else C is assigned the max. This is the logic. Now, I am enter value A comma B comma C is equal to 3 values, assuming eval of x for x in input enter A comma B comma C dot split Now I am writing only single statement. Max or big, max is equal to A value is big if A greater than B and A greater than C, else B is big if B is greater than C, else C. This is the condition. And print max is big. Max is big. This is the program. I am evaluating this. Enter ABC 12, 34, 56. 56 is big. Now again execute the program. Some 34, some 56, some 23. Here also 56 is big. Again I am executing. First 56, some 34, some 21. 56 is a big. 56 is big. Now this is the program to find the largest value among A comma B comma C. Now this third program, write a Python program which reads principal amount rate on a time, then display the interest if time duration is less than 1 year. Use the principal interest formula, else use the compound interest formula. I am already discussed how to calculate the principal amount. The formula is PTR by 100. Now the compound interest, T star into 1 plus R by 100 double star T minus T. Now this is the logic. Now the interest is equal to principal interest if T less than 1. Otherwise, calculate compound interest. PTR by 100 It is simple interest. This is the compound interest. If t is less than 1 year, now simple interest is considered. Else the compound interest is considered. This is the logic. This logic is already discussed in previous program. T is a principal amount, R is the rate of interest, T is a time. Assume if it is a floating float of x for x in input, enter p comma r comma t dot split. Now this is the interest calculation formula and print interest. Print interest. Print interest. Or EST. Print interest. I am executing this. Enter P or T, assuming the principal amount is 1000, the rate of interest is 10%. Now the year is 1 year. Now this is the interest, 100 rupees. Assuming 1000, 10, the rate of interest is 0.5, the simple interest will be calculated, 50 rupees. Now this is the program. Write a Python program to check the given year is a leap year or not. Now we already discussed the logic. The given year is a leap year. Either of the following conditions satisfied. Year number should be divided with 400, or it is divided with 4 and not divided with 100. Now this is the logic. Print given year is a leap year if the year is divisible by 400, or year 400 year divisible by 4 and not divisible by 100, else print the given year is not a leap year. Now this is the logic. This logic is already discussed in the previous programs. Year is equal to, assume it is integer data type, int of input, enter year, enter year. Now this is the logic. 2020 is a leap year. Now I am executing this. 2021 is not a leap year. I am executing this. 2022 is not a leap year. I am executing. 2023 is not a leap year. I am executing. 2024 is a leap year. This is the leap year program. Now I am going to stop here. Thank you.